Superintendent Ryan Walters, who says patriotism should never be penalized at Oklahoma schools. He says his office will be investigating and he will be acting.
State Superintendent Walters joins us live in studio this morning for more on that discussion and some other big topics at the State Department of Education. Superintendent, thanks for coming back. We appreciate your time.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Absolutely. First question, your initial reaction to what's happening at Edmond North.
You know, we had parents reaching out to us yesterday about it. And look, we want more patriotism in our schools. We want kids to love our country. We want kids to be proud of our country. And look, Edmond's had a terrible track record at Edmond Public Schools of allowing woke indoctrination in the classroom, pushing back on our Porn in Schools initiative to get the pornography out. They were the ones that sued our agency. So look, we are concerned about this. We want to make sure that kids understand. We want you to love the country. We want you to show patriotism in our schools. So we're looking at this right now. We're investigating it to figure out how in the world a decision got made to tell a young man to take an American flag off of his truck. Again, I'd like to see more American flags with our young people. So yeah, we're going to investigate and get to the bottom of it.
Well, we understand there could be some students showing up with American flags, more to do so. I do want to mention, though, I just got a note from the district, the Edmond Public School District. They said it would be important to note to you that Edmond Public Schools isn't alone in the practice. They say, for example, Tinker doesn't allow flags in their parking lot. What do you say that they're not the only ones who have this guideline of no flags in a parking lot?
Yeah, look, I mean, that sounds like an excuse. That's where we got to get to the bottom of it and go, guys, listen. We want more patriotism from young people. We have seen parents across the state are so tired of young people being told to hate their country or not be proud of their country. We want our young people to be proud of our country. Sounds like a lot of patriotic students there at the school. We want to encourage them to show their love for country, and so that's what we're going to get to the bottom of it. And we want to make sure that students' First Amendment rights are protected. And again, we want that love for country in our students.
Want to move now to the funding fallout. The AG ordered your department to go ahead and distribute these funds to school districts across the state. Have all school districts, as of this morning, received their funding?
Yes. And by the way, the AG did give us the clarity that we asked for. Remember, we asked the Attorney General, I know we were sitting here just a week ago talking about this, but that was the clarity we wanted. We wanted to make sure we had House members that disagreed on how this funding should roll over or not roll over. So we said, listen, we're going to go to the Attorney General. We're going to lay it all out for him. Here's what we're hearing from both chambers. Give us some clarity here. We got the clarity. We had the money out within, I think, 72 hours. So yeah, the districts have the money from last year, money for this year. It's all in districts' hands right now. They've been given the guidance of how to spend the funds. So we're able to move very quickly once we got that legal clarity.
We did ask you last week about the delay in it because even the Attorney General said you waited too long, and we did ask you about that. Have you rethought, like, maybe you should have acted faster on that now that the opinion has come out?
No, I mean, no schools were missing any money. The question always was, we didn't spend it, so should we spend it in the next year? I told you, I thought we had an agreement with the legislature. There was some disagreement. My job is to ensure that we are enforcing the law the legislator passes. If there is ambiguity to it, if there isn't clarity on it, and we can't get clarity from both chambers, this is what we've got to be able to do, is to say, listen, Attorney General, we've got to have clarity before you spend millions of taxpayer dollars to make sure it's legally above board when legislation isn't clear. And that's what we did. And so, no, I mean, we made sure that that was done before those funds could be used in the future to make sure that schools had access to it.
Did you jeopardize student safety at any point on this funding issue?
Absolutely not. Schools were never without money. Remember, schools were given the money for this year before any had ever requested it. Schools had the funds carry over. That was always the question. You didn't spend it. Can they carry over? We were able to answer that question. So no schools were ever without any of those dollars.
It's kind of interesting because the Attorney General also has issued an opinion on if state lawmakers should be in executive session. So you're saying you will follow what he said about the handling of the money. Will you follow what he's saying about that lawmakers should be allowed into executive session? It seems like you pushed back pretty hard on that, Ryan.
No, I mean, I really haven't. Remember, I sit on a board, and the board got the opinion less than 24 hours before our board meeting. So yesterday in our board meeting, we said, listen, we just got this Attorney General's opinion. Remember, it countered the legal advice we received on our board. So the board said, look, we want to look at it before we take any kind of vote or action. I think that was very responsible to say, listen, this is a lot to digest in about an 18-hour period, so we want to take a look at it. And again, you know, that's what we're doing with our attorneys to say, listen, it's really not about the policy. It's about legality. Should we legally, are these representatives and senators, should they be allowed in these boardrooms, in these type of executive sessions? And again, we appreciate the clarity the Attorney General gave us on that. And again, the board's evaluating that.
You've been getting criticized at the state level, but also now at the federal level. The U.S. Education Department has a 98-page report out, and there's deep concerns about how your department spent $2.7 billion. And we were looking through the report, and it gave the Education Department here in Oklahoma the lowest grade possible in 32 of 52 spending categories. your response to that report?
Now, and just to be clear, that report is about the 2022-2023 school year. When I came into office, I was very clear about this. I had major concerns upon taking office on federal programming. That's why you saw changes in personnel. That's why you saw changes in practices. We went and reported all these things to Loft and said, Loft, we want to be clear. We made dramatic changes because we found significant problems. That's what this report is pointing to, 2022, 2023, and they want clarity on what changes have you made since then. And so it's going to be very easy to provide. Again, we just basically, it's in the Loft, the previous Loft hearing that we went through, and so it's all out there for folks to see if they want to look at it. But again, it'll be a very easy response to us to show them the changes we've made. We're very proud of the changes.
You know, this previous Monday, you had wanted the impeachment investigation to begin against you. You called for it. Yeah. How are things right now this week with state lawmakers and really the fever at the state capitol?
Look, you know, here's the reality. Last week, sitting right here, you know, Mark McBride said that his investigation was about impeachment and about a future governor's race. So I said, listen, if y'all are going to play political games, let's just put it all out there. If you want to impeach me, if you want to continue to push lies and I'm stealing federal dollars and all this nonsense they've accused, those are serious accusations. Let's put it all out there in an impeachment trial. Let's not do this innuendo. Let's not let Mark McBride sit here on the couch and go, yeah, Ryan needs to be impeached, all that kind of nonsense. Let's just go lay it out there for everybody. And that's why I asked the Speaker, you have serious accusations. Turn over the evidence to the Senate and let's go. Well, there's no evidence because it's not true. So I hope we can get back to the business of talking about our schools. That is my laser focus. I could care less about a future governor's race. That might be the Speaker's ambition here. My goal is to have the best year possible for every kid in the state and to continue to support the parents.
Let me ask you something. Did you meet with the governor about the tone of things last week? Did he tell you, hey, tone things down? Did you meet with him?
No. So we met along the lines of this is where we were trying to get an agreement on the security fund. So we had conversations, and I'll keep those conversations private. But yeah, with other state leaders about can we get agreement on how the fund should be expended? So again, you saw us, and I've told you guys, from the beginning, we've been working together with the House and the Senate to provide clarity on how these funds work out. So we're always in constant conversation with us.
All right, so the money is out. That's the good news then here on a Friday morning.
That's right. It's very good news. And again, I am very excited about this school year, guys. I've been talking about Oklahoma City Public Schools. Love the things they're rolling out. I think we're in line to have the best year for Oklahoma schools in state history. That's what I'm excited about. That's what I want the parents to hear back home. We're going to continue to fight for you to make Oklahoma education as good as possible.
Well, again, Ryan Walters, thanks for coming in. We always
your time.
appreciate you answering our questions here on News 9.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, thank you for accepting our invitation. All right, let's get over to the Bob Mills Weather Center. Lace, how's Friday shaping up?
Hey, high school football begins in parts of the state. I'll have that forecast for you coming up, but it's going to be brutal.